President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi to Turkey. Over the phone, we have Ambassador Hussein Hareedy, former Assistant Foreign Minister. Hello.
Good morning, madam.
Good morning, Mr. Ambassador. So, first of all, I'd like to shed the light on the significance of the visit of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi to Turkey.
Well, this is the first visit of President Sisi to Turkey since he came to power in 2014. And it brings to an end a cycle in the relations, or a phase in the relations that was very tense. And now this is behind us, and with this visit to Turkey, we have turned the page and launching a new stage in relations between the two countries. According to President Sisi yesterday, he said that this stage would be based on friendship and cooperation between Egypt and Turkey. And in fact, as we were following the visit yesterday, and we saw the signing of almost 18 memorandum of understanding covering cooperation in various fields, as well as the statement by President Sisi and President Erdogan in their joint press conference. We have the feeling that there is a strong political will in Cairo and Ankara of really strengthening and deepening relations between the two countries in almost all fields. Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, please.
Hello?
Yes, madam.
Right.
I'm waiting for your question.
So, talking about the important issues that were discussed, and of course, there were also talks regarding Gaza Strip and the current situation in Gaza and its reflection on the Middle East as well. So, could you tell us more about how this file was discussed?
Well, of course, two main files were discussed in the first meeting of the Strategic Cooperation Council that was established between the two countries. And the meeting yesterday was chaired by the two presidents. Well, the first file, of course, bilateral relations between the two countries. And here we have a sense that there is emphasis on deepening relations in economic and trade relations, as well investment, joint investment, Egyptian investment in Turkey and Turkish investment in Egypt. Plus, the two countries would be working in increasing the trade, the volume of trade between them. They want to raise it from $10 billion as it stands today to $15 billion in the next 5 years. So this is as far as the bilateral relations are concerned. Concerning regional issues, I guess the meeting discussed, of course, the situation in Gaza and the Palestinian question. And here the Turkish president lent support to the efforts by Egypt and Qatar and the United States in order to reach a ceasefire hostage agreement in Gaza. And then the situation in Syria. In this context, President Sisi said that Egypt stands by the efforts by both the Syrians and the Turks to move forward and solve the problems between the two countries, stressing that Egypt stands by a political solution to the crisis in Syria. As far as Libya is concerned, President Sisi said that this was discussed, and the two countries are eager to contribute to security and stability in Libya. Having said that, the President made a point of saying that Egypt is calling for the withdrawal of foreign forces and armed militias from Libya. And then the Horn of in Somalia, President Sisi said that the two countries are united in defending the territorial integrity of Somalia. Also, the situation in the East Mediterranean was discussed, and President Sisi made a point of saying that Egypt is working for solving all the problems and finding solutions to various questions between the littoral countries in that part of the Mediterranean. In sum, I guess we could consider the President's visit to Turkey as a breakthrough in the relations, and there is a commitment to follow up on the results of this visit, and the visit, similarly, the visit of President Erdogan to Egypt last February. To conclude, of course, President Sisi yesterday extended an invitation to the Turkish President to visit Egypt. So this is a sign that there is a strong political will on the part of the two countries to keep the momentum of the two visits this year between the two presidents.
And talking, of course, about the relations between Turkey and Egypt, and also President Erdogan commended the outcomes of his visit to Cairo in February, saying or noting that 2025 would mark the 100th anniversary of launching diplomatic ties between Egypt and Turkey. And in addition to, as you mentioned, the number of memoranda that were signed to write a new map or new era between both countries, especially we have many potentialities waiting for both of the countries.
Well, of course, next year will be, of course, the centenary of establishing relations between the two countries back in 1924. Of course, that would be an occasion to deepen relations, people-to-people relations. And something that we have noticed yesterday, both President Sisi and President Erdogan stressed the historical background, the historical roots of relations between the two countries, as well as the tourism and the culture changes between the two countries. And this is something very important in cementing relations between nations.
While also working on expanding the scope of the free trade agreement between both countries. So how do you see the future when it comes to investments and opening the way for more potentialities or more sectors to be taken into consideration when we talk about the Turkish investments here in Egypt?
Well, of course, yesterday President Sisi spoke about that, and he said that the Egyptian government would look into overcoming obstacles before increasing the Turkish investment in the Egyptian economy. Experts have noticed that lately Turkish businessmen are really interested in studying investment opportunities in Egypt after, of course, the Egyptian government floated the Egyptian currency against the US dollar. So, there was a memorandum of understanding signed between the two countries to dedicate a special economic zone to Turkish investments in Marsa Matruh's governor. And according to our Ministry of Transport, investments in this zone would reach 7 billion US dollars, and that would create almost 20,000 employment opportunities. So, of course, the two countries are eager to facilitate joint investments. And, of course, the private sector in both countries would seize on this occasion and look into promising opportunities as far as investments are concerned.
The two presidents also co-chaired the first meeting of the High-Level Strategic Cooperation Council between Egypt and Turkey. Could you tell us more about the role or the importance of this council and the role it will play in the future?
Well, of course, that would be the main mechanism of steering the bilateral relations between the two countries forward. And it's very important to follow up on the results of both the visits of President Erdogan to Cairo earlier this year and the current visit of President Sisi to Turkey. Of course, many agreements and many memorandum of understanding have been signed in both visits. And of course, we need a mechanism, and this is, I have to admit, this is a high-level mechanism of follow-up to keep the momentum in this manifestation and this embodiment of a strong political will to deepen relations between the two countries.
So how can we build on this visit? I mean, when it comes to different sectors, usually we say that when presidents meet and they have several memoranda of understanding that are signed, especially we have many investments to take place actually. So what is next, or what do we have to, or how to build on this visit?
Well, yesterday there was an agreement of setting up what was called the planning group, and the planning group would be entrusted with the follow-up on the implementation of all the agreements signed between the two countries lately. And of course, and according to what was published yesterday, the makeup and the responsibilities of this planning group will be agreed upon in the next meeting of this council. So this, once this group comes into being, I guess it would be entrusted with follow-up of the implementation of all the agreements between the two countries.
Especially when this will include also the new generation, I mean the youth, to be part of all these important memorandum of understanding, and also when it comes to different projects to take place here in Egypt. In addition to this, it will open more the way for more job opportunities as well.
Definitely. Let's wait and see what we have seen yesterday, what we have witnessed yesterday, was a strong will to strengthen bilateral relations, particularly in the sphere of investments and trade. And let's see how the two countries, whether the two governments and the private sector in each country, would really work hard in order to bring all these plans into fruition.
Right. Ambassador Hussein Hareedy, a former Assistant Foreign Minister, thank you very much for joining us. I'm moving on to a quick break, then we'll be back.